Well, they have to take us seriously because for all these countries, we're the most important thing they have going, and so they have to take it seriously. And I assume the president here is trying to goose conversations along, and I hope that he does. Some of these countries are basically irrelevant, Kazakhstan, whatever. Some of them are more relevant. But
you're gonna hear from the Kazakhs on that.
I know.
We'll keep going.
Very nice.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome to yesterday's news channel where we watch CNN so you don't have to. Yesterday, Scott Jennings and some liberal lady joined the lead with Jake Tapper. Scott Jennings and Jake Tapper discussed Trump's tariffs, Elon Musk, and the Epstein conspiracy spin. Now, this panel wasn't as blatantly dishonest as Newsnight crew, but Scott still had to call out their baloney when they tried to slip it in. I didn't mean that to sound dirty when I wrote it, but then I realized what it sounded like, so I kept it because it's hilarious. Anyway, let's watch Scott Jennings silence the noise and force the truth into the spotlight. Let's go.
In Malaysia and Kazakhstan and Laos and South Africa, posted on the president's social media account. Let's bring in the political panel to discuss. Scott, today White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt was asked if there's any concern that world leaders will not take these new tariff threats seriously because deadlines keep shifting. I mean, there was this 90 deals in 90 days thing that is no longer fully operative, not the 90 days part of it anyway. Here's what Leavitt had to say.
They will take the letter seriously because they have taken the president seriously. And that's why the president's phone, I can tell you, rings off the hook from world leaders all the time who are begging him to come to a deal. And this administration is working hard to ensure those deals are in the best interest of the American people. And this delay, again, is in the best interest of the American people.
I mean, he's the one that said 90 deals in 90 days. It wasn't us in the media. Your take?
Well, they have to take us seriously because for all these countries, we're the most important thing they have going, and so they have to take it seriously. And I assume the president here is trying to goose conversations along, and I hope that he does. Some of these countries are basically irrelevant, Kazakhstan, whatever. Some of them are more relevant. But
you're gonna hear from the Kazakhs on that.
I know.
We'll keep going.
Very nice. Look, the president has a theory on the tariffs here. Has brought in money into the country. It did create leverage for some other trade deals. And if you look at the totality of what's happened over the last several weeks and several months, the market's up. We've got a lot of investment flowing into the country. Back in my home state of Kentucky, in fact, GE announced they were bringing a bunch of jobs back because of the policy environment created by the tariff. So, there's good things going on economically in the country, which is a big part of why I think the president's had a fairly successful 6 months.
So, Megan, we talk to a small business owner every day. We try to. And the one thing we hear all the time is just that this instability and insecurity, the unsuredness, is just wreaking havoc on the ability of small business owners just to plan.
Yeah, I think we saw that people bought goods in anticipation of the tariffs, and now those goods are eventually going to run out, so prices will start to rise. I think the Wall Street has, dubbed him Taco, where Trump always chickens out. So I think that's just more emblematic of this, and it creates chaos. I don't disagree that it does move some talks along, but I do think that it's interesting that we can't seem to get deals done with the bigger countries and our bigger trading partners, and he seems to keep kicking the can down the road.
How many times have we been told by CNN that supplies are going to run out? Now, if they do run out for some reason, tariffs or otherwise, they get zero credit for it because they say it all the time. They're going to be like, oh, we told you. It's like, no, you say it once every 2.5 months. And remember when CNN, MSNBC, and every so-called expert on the left said Trump's tariffs would crash the economy? That the tariffs would isolate us, would start a trade war, would kill jobs, raise prices. Wrong. Here's what actually happened. Within months of Trump's putting these tariffs in place, the U.S. had already connected $5.3 billion in new revenue. Not from you, not from small businesses, from foreign countries dumping cheap products into our market. And that money, it's already going towards American manufacturing, rare earth mining, and border security. We've seen a 41% drop in Chinese EV imports. And how about this one? $4.7 billion in new U.S. factory investments and nearly 9% growth in manufacturing job demand. And that's all just in the first half of this year. Meanwhile, back in the Biden days, his version of trade diplomacy gave us apologies. No leverage. I don't know. I don't know why I asked. Trump's tariffs didn't tank the global economy. They triggered over 20 countries to come to the table begging for new terms. Deals are being renegotiated. The U.S.-Vietnam Energy Agreement, the new Latin agreement sourcing partnerships, all in motion. Please tell me if anything I just said is embellished or trying to make Trump look good, because to me, these all sound like wins. But it's odd. The media has been really silent about it. Back to it.
Oh, and these tariffs are just one of the reasons why there has been this public divorce between Elon Musk, the former first buddy, and President Trump. Shortly after President Trump signed the One Big Beautiful Bill Act into law, Musk said he's trading in his MAGA cap. He's going to create a whole new political party. He posted on his social media platform X, quote, "When it comes to bankrupting our country with waste and graft, we live in a one-party system, not a democracy. Today, the America Party is formed to give you back your freedom." President Trump responded yesterday saying, "I am saddened to watch Elon Musk go completely off the rails, essentially becoming a train wreck over the past 5 weeks." Scott, yesterday you said that you thought that the America Party, assuming that it actually becomes something, would divide conservatives, and you urged the two to reconcile. You think that's possible? I mean, Musk's still out there tweeting about the Epstein files and such, the insinuation being that Trump is on the Epstein files because he said that a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I don't know whether it's possible or not. I hope it is, and hope springs eternal where I come from. But I wish they would come back together, and I wish Elon, who I admire greatly and I think was a big part of what happened for the Republicans in 2024, would realize we live in a two-party system. And, you know, from time to time, people try to go off and start these third parties. It never really works out. And the best way to affect change in American politics is to participate inside the party that best reflects what you want. As I understand it, Elon wants to save the country from going bankrupt, and he wants to save Western civilization, from unfettered mass migration.
Well, this is actually
this is the Republicans that best represent him.
This is the platform. Musk reposted this from a user who asked, "Is this the America Party platform?" and then listed the following priorities. And Musk replied, "Yeah." So I assume this is the platform. Reduce debt, responsible spending only, modernize military with AI and robotics, pro-tech, accelerate to win in AI, less regulation across the board, but especially in energy, free speech, pro-natalist, which is policy that would promote higher birth rates, and centrist policies everywhere else. It's a lot of yada, yada,
He's
yada.
a Republican. He's a Republican.
I mean,
He's a
I think
Republican.
It sounds like a tech bro is what it sounds
he needs to be
like.
focused on his business. I mean, his stock dropped 6.8% today when he announced this, or in the last couple of days when he announced this party. I think that I agree with Scott that we are a two-party system. Ask people who voted for Jill Stein and ask people who voted for Ross Perot. Those did not work out in the favors that they wanted them to. And so I do think that he should probably focus on business and not be meddling in politics. Governing is a lot harder than campaigning.
Megan Hayes and Scott Jennings, thanks to both.
So I should probably be talking about the America Party, but we'll have plenty of time to talk about that. And there's something I've been wanting to get off my chest that kind of came up in there. So let's talk about Elon Musk claiming Donald Trump is on the Epstein list and suggesting that that's why it hasn't been released. First of all, just to be clear, it's nonsense, and I'll tell you exactly why. If Trump were on that list, Democrats would be demanding its release every single day. CNN would be running wall-to-wall coverage. MSNBC would be melting down in real time, but instead, they're not really talking about it. The silence tells you everything. Now, let me be blunt. This Epstein list situation is a fucking disgrace, and yeah, I'm swearing, because we're talking about kids abused, trafficked, while the most powerful people in the world get away with it. 3 months ago, Pam Bondi said that the government had tens of thousands of videos. Not rumors, not speculation, but hard evidence. And now you've got Bongino and Kash Patel, two guys who used to lead the freaking charge, shrugging it off like Epstein just unalived himself, case closed. What? But as I was thinking about this, something else dawned on me. One political party has demanded the list be released consistently for a long time. The other, silent. So which side do you think is more likely to be protecting someone? And just to be clear, I don't care if it's Joe Biden or Donald friggin' Trump. If you're on that list, I hope you rot in prison. Because when it comes to children, nothing else matters. All this crap we talk about, it doesn't matter. So let's wrap this thing up. Trump's tariffs, working. Epstein cover-up, cracking. And the media, still lying, still silent. But the American people aren't stupid. And thanks to voices like Scott Jennings, the gaslighting isn't going unchecked anymore. When it comes to truth, justice, and protecting children, there shouldn't be any left or right. There's just right and wrong. And I'll always stand on the right side of that. But what do you guys think? Do you think Trump's tariffs are actually working, or do you still have some doubts? And what do you make of the Epstein silence? Oh yeah, and let's get the conversation going about the America Party. What are you guys' thoughts on that? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, that's it for this video. Just one quick announcement. State of the channel video coming out in a day or two. I know I keep saying a day or two, but it really is. I'm just going to talk about the direction of the channel and some really exciting new things that I'm bringing to the channel that I think you guys would like to see. And let's be honest, it's probably not a video for everybody, but even if you kind of like the channel, but you're like, I don't want to sit there and listen to that, maybe just scroll through the chapters before you click off, because there might be something in there, a question or something that I answer that something you wanted to know. No obligation, I'm just saying. Otherwise, as always, thank you so much for taking a couple minutes out of your day to watch my video. I really appreciate it. Never forget, Jesus loves you. See you guys.